Welcome back to Play It Right TV. I am so excited because I'm going to be speaking to one guy who has really done so much for the country in the field of football. He's the first Filipino to play in the Premier League in England. He is currently the team captain of the Azkals, our men's national football team. When I first talked to him, he was single and now he's married. He has a kid, and so much has gone on in more than a decade. Neil Etheridge, so nice to have you.
Thank you very much for having me.
So tell us where you're talking to us from. You play for Birmingham, so where
Yes.
in the world are you now?
So I'm in Birmingham. I'm back in the UK. Very excited to be coming back to the Philippines in 10 days' time for our World Cup qualifiers, our Asian Cup qualifiers. To have 2 games back in the Philippines for me is so exciting. So I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, it was so nice to have you back in the Philippines when you played Afghanistan here in Manila. I mean, it's such a different vibe when you're on the field, Neil, of course. But it's been a while since you've played in the Philippines, has it? I mean, before the Afghanistan game.
Before that game, yeah, we've not really played any sort of home games, which has been upsetting. But at the same time, I guess as a football player, you have to deal with what it is. But I'm very happy, very, very happy to having the last games back in the Philippines and these 2 games in the Philippines. I'm really looking forward to it, and I would want as many supporters to come out and watch it as they can.
Yeah. Well, I remember the day when, wow, the Rizal Memorial was super full and everybody was cheering the Azkals, yourself, and so many of your teammates. And in the last game of Afghanistan, we sort of saw a little bit of that, but not quite. What did it feel like to have some sort of support from the home crowd? What does it do for your game?
I mean, I've been very fortunate to be a part of this team representing the Philippines for 15 years now, which is a
Yeah.
long, long time. I've seen Rizal full. I've seen it, people queuing outside for tickets, and obviously I've seen it at different times as well. Seeing supporters fill the stadium really is the 12th player on the pitch. They give us so much energy, and it's intimidating for the other teams as well. So for me, I'm really pushing and wanting as many supporters in the stadium for these big games ahead. And like I've said, I've been able to experience Rizal full, and it's such an atmosphere, and it's exciting for both us, the supporters, the players, everyone involved in the experience.
Yes, and before we get on with this interview, we want to let all our viewers know that the Azkals are going to be playing 2 home games back to back this coming November 16 and 21. They're part of the Asian Cup qualifiers and their Asian Cup and World Cup qualifiers. So November 16, Neil will be against Vietnam.
Yes, we've got Vietnam in the first game, and then we've got Indonesia in the second game. Like you said, we're extremely excited to have both of them in Manila. We're very, very happy that they're there, and we just want as many people to come out and watch and support. I would love to see Rizal packed like I've seen it before, but just to see people enjoy it. Back to the days, maybe in previous times where people will come out, support the country, support the team, and my message is to the supporters out there that I really want to push an interaction between ourselves, the players, the Azkals, and the supporters, and I'm really wanting everyone to come on this journey with us.
Yeah. So the Azkals are having this campaign called 10K Strong, and they're hoping for 10,000 people at least to come out to the Rizal Memorial and cheer. So where can people buy tickets? Well, hopefully it's not gonna cost too much, but where do people buy tickets for the game?
So if you go on the Azkals Instagram platform or Facebook platform, if you just type in Azkals, there's links, there's videos. Our team are working very hard to be able to interact with supporters and you guys out there. The tickets are available. It's shown on the posts. So if you click on the link, you'll be able to go to another page that will give you access to be able to buy those tickets. And hopefully, yeah, I'll be able to see as many people as I can for the next 2 upcoming games in Manila.
Neil, how would you describe the path of the Azkals, like where it started. Then you went. It was like the peak when fifth game, and you were winning, and you had that amazing run in what was called the Suzuki Cup, I believe. And then it kind of went on a dip. Players came and went, and then now you're back. How would you describe the development, growth, and current level of the Azkals?
Yeah, like I've said, I've been able to see it all and be a part of this team for a long, long time now. Obviously, seen the highs, seen the lows, and for me, I've been able to really be able to reflect on it over as I've got older and started a family. And it's great to see the younger generation, younger boys and girls being able to go and play football, enjoy it. And that's like I was saying. I'd love for those kids and the parents to come out, and the football supporters to come out and enjoy this experience with us. It's been a bit of a roller coaster ride since 2010.
Hmm.
But we really want to start pushing now. We can see that there's a big development for Filipino football for the younger generation, and we want to inspire kids, inspire people, and that's where I want an interaction between ourselves as players, and do as much as we can for the country and the community as we can.
Well, what about the success of our women's national team, the Filipinas? We Did you get to watch any of the games? I mean, how amazing was qualified before you guys to the World Cup and actually won a game?
I know. Tell me about it. Like I did see it. It was actually because of the time difference. It was on about 7 a.m. in the morning when I wake up. So I put it on the TV as I'm getting ready for training, and I was able to watch the games, and it was such an experience. And I also saw that the impact that they had, not just for football but for women's football and kids football, is inspiring. And obviously that's something that we want to do as the men's national team now to move it forward. When I went back to the Philippines for a vacation back in May and June, I could see the impact that they had, and so much, the billboards and the advertising that we used to have, in BGC and places like that, which was phenomenal. And I was really happy for the team. I'm obviously in contact with some of the women's national team, and it's a massive achievement, and not just an achievement. It's inspiring, and I think that's what the biggest word I need to use from now, moving forward. That we want to inspire the younger generation to get involved in football and put this game on the map, in the Philippines.
Well, now I've been talking to a lot of parents, and so many of them are like, "Yeah, I want to start my girl in football," because they see like a career, like something, a light at the end of, something that they never considered before. But actually, playing good football can actually also be a good career, not for women but also for men. Like yourself, I know you do really well. I mean, if a Filipino trained here, and of course some overseas exposure and reached a certain level, the pay is actually really good around Southeast Asia, and of course especially in Europe. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so I guess I'm a little bit of an anomaly in terms of being brought up in the UK and playing where I do, and had the achievements that I've had. But you look at other players who are playing in our team. We're
Hmm.
all either full Filipino or half Filipino, and some of them have gone on to create unbelievable careers, like you said, across Southeast Asia.
Yes.
Playing in the Philippines at this present moment in time is tough, and I will say that. But we're starting to sort a league out there in the Philippines, but it will
Yes.
take time, and that's where I'm saying the younger generation, hopefully, in years to come, and it might take a while, that the Philippines league will be able to compete with the likes of Thailand and Malaysia. But right now, Thailand and Malaysia have got very powerful leagues, paying very good finances. They have very good supporters, and Indonesia, to be fair. And players that I play with in the Azkals are obviously playing in those leagues, and they speak extremely highly of it, and they've been able to create a living,
Mm.
more than just a living, to be honest,
Yeah.
and enjoying what they do. And I'd say that I don't think I'd be wrong to say that some players are probably in competition with the PBA players in terms of finances in those leagues.
I was watching the Real Madrid versus Barcelona the other day, and I kept waiting for the camera to zoom to Alaba, who I know is half Filipino. So, I mean, Neil, honestly, like for a Filipino here in Alabang where I live, the youth clubs are always full. There's so many kids in Makati, Quezon City, Bulacan, everywhere, right? So, having the experience that you've had, do you think it's possible for a young football player to just stay here and develop as it is that our pro is not yet super at that level? Or at what age do you think they need to go out and get more exposure? Like I know a dad who just moved to Spain to put his twins to like full time in a camp in an academy. So how needed is that, and at what point should a parent do that?
I think, to be honest, feel that every player, every family's path is different to reach the top. Mine definitely was,
Mhm.
and I've been able to play in the best league in the world, and my road to being able to achieve that wasn't a simple road. But looking at the likes of, I think I always use Armani and Patrick Dato as prime examples, great examples, to be
Mhm.
honest, who've been brought up in the Philippines and have been able to achieve great things.
Aguinaldo is for a club in Malaysia, right? Although he's in
Yeah. So Armani's in Malaysia and Patrick's over in Thailand, and they're both doing great things, and they've both
earning.
been able to achieve, great things, earn extremely well. Um, I think the timing of it is tough to be able to say what age. I think that the development stages and the academies that we are producing in the Philippines are fantastic. And obviously, like you came across, what time and what age do they need to basically spread their wings and um, fly the nest to be able to earn a living and make a career out of it. At this
Mhm.
moment in time, I feel like it will probably be later on, when you start hitting this 18, when you turn into an adult. But I hope in years to come that will change. We've seen it slightly with Ceres back in 2015,
Yeah,
where they were able to pay, finances, and there are other teams, Global Stallions and many others. And the moment we're still redeveloping the league. But to go back onto it, I feel like there is no right path. I think getting involved in um, academies and being able to just enjoy the sport. I've always said to any young athlete, whoever comes up to me, whether it be about football or basketball or whatever sport, tennis, whatever sport they play, and I know that your son plays tennis. I think the main thing for a young athlete, inspiring athlete, is to enjoy the game, enjoy this craft, do the best that they can, compete at the highest level that they can, and then there will be crossroads that they'll face, and from then you need to start making decisions, whether it be go abroad or continue the path that they're on.
well, we're thankful that you continue to play for the Philippines. I mean, down the road, I know you're married, British lady, super nice girl. Have you ever thought of moving here and maybe down the road and setting up something, or no?
That's the $1 million question, isn't it? I think, in all fairness, Stefan Strock has made a massive commitment of his family to move over to the Philippines. I think right now I'm 33. I still believe that I've got many years of playing ahead of me, and I want to achieve as much as I can in my career first before I turn the page and start thinking about that. I'm not saying that it's a no, and I'm not saying that it's a yes at this present moment in time. Like I said, I still want to achieve many things in my playing career, including helping the Azkals move forward, and really want to develop football in the Philippines as much as I can from where I am.
For sure.
And we'll see what the future holds.
I remember when I did a segment with you a while back when you were teaching me some of your goalkeeping drills, and I was trying to like tumble and jump and stretch out the way the way you do. It's amazing. But I want to tell everybody that Nick hasn't reached what he has reached without any hard work. I be super strict in his diet. Like he has to maintain a certain level of fitness when he goes back. There are like times that he has to make, right? And then I know you take a lot of supplements, you do a lot of recovery. So I mean, it's a lot of effort, but it's super worth it. Are you gonna make your daughter play football?
I will let her do what she wants to do. I won't force her into anything. Of course, for her to play football would be a great thing. For her to represent the Philippines would be a great thing.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
it would
you should.
be it would be a great story, but she's not even 2 yet. She's coming up to 2 next start of next year. So I'm just kind of taking it as it is. And for me, like you said, it is a sacrifice. I've had to sacrifice a lot throughout my life, throughout my career, but the
Yes,
rewards are phenomenal. But not even for me, I take away all the things that I do have. I think in terms of finances and everything like that, and probably material things, but the experiences and the people that I've been able to meet, and the times in the enjoyment of just being a part of a team, really. I mean, I said I've been a part of this Azkals team for 15 years. I've been able to meet some fantastic people, still friends, still speak to all of them. And for me, it's that togetherness that you don't really get in many other sports.
right. And do you get to go back to your hometown, La Union, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Tarlac. I'm from
Oh,
Tarlac. Reception.
Carla.
So I was
Close.
there. I was there actually in May last year or this year. I was there and I saw the whole family, and we went to Clark, which was really nice. It was the second time that my wife had seen everyone, and I flew my mum and dad over as well. So myself, my daughter, my wife, mum and dad, we all flew over. We met in Clark. We stayed in Clark, which is really nice, really developing. We went to the aqua park. We went to Aqua Planet, which was really nice with the family. And then from then we had a nice meal, a nice dinner. So for me, spending a few days with them was really humbling, and really amazing to catch up with them and speak to them. And obviously the world the way that it is with Instagram and WhatsApp and messaging, we keep in contact a lot more now than we used to.
For sure. So when you come in November, are you gonna do some other things? Maybe watch a PA game. I know basketball, but what other plans do you have, or do you have time for that?
I don't know our full schedule yet. I think my sole focus will be focusing on our two upcoming games. If I'm honest, I think as captain of the team, I need to make sure that I'm focused. I set an example, and make sure that the rest of my teammates are as focused as I will be going into these two games. I know how crucial that they are for the rest of the group. I would love to watch a PBA game. I would love to be able to see people, but I guess this is another sacrifice that we talk about. I'll be solely focused on winning the next two games, and being a part of the Azkals and leading them to success. So if that means not being able to go to a PBA game, it's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make.
And for the fans, is there going to be any chance to interact with you and the rest of the team, maybe before the November 15 game or in between the game against Indonesia, or after the game in Indonesia?
I hope so. I think it's something that I'm going to speak to our management about. I think, like I said, I think the interaction is crucial between ourselves and the supporters. I think, our hotel will be there and we'll be ready. And I feel that it's something that we can do in a nice environment, whether it be just after the first game against Vietnam, or just before the game in Vietnam. But I feel like it's something that we need to look at, myself along with the management, to be able to interact with those supporters. I know that there are many fans out there that would like to interact with us. We previously did one at boot camp in BGC, which was very successful. And I know that there are people out there in the football community who are extremely willing to help us reconnect with
Yeah.
the Filipinos and the footballing people out there.
Okay, so again, the game which you have to come to Rizal Memorial Stadium for, so we can be 10K strong. The Azkals versus Vietnam. This is the Asian Cup and World Cup qualifier. And then again, November 21 against Indonesia. They want to hear your scream, your cheer. And, you know, I know that when Neil hears that, he's not going to let any ball get to the back of the net. Sure. No way. No way. Thanks so much, Neil. And you might want to give your final message to Azkal fans.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you ever so much for everything, for all the support, and it's been a roller coaster of a ride. And we really want to interact with you guys as the supporters moving forward. Our new promotion is 10K strong. We want as many people in Rizal Memorial Stadium for the upcoming two games that we have against Vietnam and Malaysia. I hope to see you all there, and I hope that you'll be cheering, and I'm sure that you will. And we hope that we can provide some excitement and some wins for you guys.
Neil Etheridge, always so nice to talk to you. Thank you for being on Play It Right TV, and I hope that won't be the last time.
Thank you.
See ya.